There we go,
We
dude.
got, obviously not going to talk about it, but we got racially abused in, where were we? Where was that area we were in this weekend?
Yeah, we can talk about it. We went to, so I was doing a solo video in Little Rock, California, which is on the backside of the LA mountains, out in the desert, horrific little town. And Conall was just like, I told him offhand, like, hey, I'm going to be in this little shithole called Little Rock, just filming today. He's like, mate, we're getting an Uber. We're on our way. We'll be there in about 2:45. I was trying to use English timekeeping. But I said, you guys say that. They're like, we'll be there at 2:45.
Yep. We rocked up.
And then you guys rocked up, and we went into a little general store, and it was a very innocent comment from Conall. He basically just said that he's like, oh, I'm trying to get married.
I just wanted a green card.
Order.
You know how hard it is for
I
me
get
to
it,
get a
dude.
green
It's
card?
hard. Yeah. No, yeah.
Said it. This lovely old lady said, like, you look quite hot.
That's
75 years old. Want to give me a green card?
He said
and
that
the
to her.
xenophobia that I got in return.
Really?
Scandalous.
Dude, she was, first of all, he looks like, I mean, when you think illegal immigrant, you do not think Conall.
No.
And then, but she's like, I think people from other countries should stay in other countries and not
Really?
abuse our tax system.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she went for us. We had to tell her Irish lives matter. Danny had to take a knee.
Yeah, I
she called
took
the
a knee.
sheriff. We had to get in the Uber and flee to the next town.
Jesus.
Yeah, we went hard. Once we saw her just immediately be like anti-immigrant to Conall, you can imagine we played that note on the old comedy flute a couple more times.
Of course. Is it hard to come into America as an Irish immigrant though right now?
I don't know if I should. I'm going to look for Ben for this story right
They're
now.
just like, they give them like
Should I
just
tell?
fucking jobs in meat factories,
Right.
slaughterhouses, making like $2 a day. It's fucked up.
Well, I'm just making sure Ben's happy for me to just tell this story because obviously you have to represent Raymond, not get us all cancelled. But it was especially hard for me to get into America. I was deported at 19
From here?
from Missouri.
Why?
I was fighting on the 4th of July. And I lied to Ben, so Ben spent all this money to get us into America, and I didn't tell him until we got on the plane. I was like, by the way, there's a fairly strong chance I'm going to get rejected from the border here because I don't know if my time is spent. Thankfully, it was easy enough for me to get back in. But
They forgot about it. They
no,
forgot
it was
about
spent.
the
It was 6 years ago.
Okay,
So,
so
like,
they're
once you get arrested for something, you've got like a 6-year ban.
nice.
I spent that 6-year ban.
You were fighting in Missouri on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Was it about the holiday itself and about
No, it
our
wasn't.
revolution?
I had kind of long hair at the stage, and somebody pulled it and called me gay.
Really?
I probably
That's
would've done the
weird.
same.
Yeah, so we just stuck in. We actually fought beside the lake in the Ozark Mountains. I got the better of him. He called the sheriff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then I got deported. Sent on a greyhound. Is that right?
How does one get deported? So the first
He called the cops. I went back to my trailer. I lived in a trailer at the time. Got a shower.
I
fought
did
in
not
front
know
of
this. How long were you living in a trailer in Missouri?
3 months.
Okay.
I was rocking because I was dating a girl, and she was going to America, and I was like, "Fuck it."
Is that a
Romantic
university?
that I am. What? Sorry.
She was going to America?
She was going to Chicago or some shit.
an Irish girl.
Yeah, an Irish girl.
And
She
you
was
were
going to
just
work.
like Chicago,
that-
Missouri's close enough. You know, I
Well, same
suppose.
time zone.
These guys, so they got an Airbnb because they just like, well, yeah, we're going to LA, right? We just somewhere in LA. They got an Airbnb in Alhambra,
Yeah, it's so far from LA, but it's okay.
and I think that's what he did with. He was trying to, I'll follow you to Chicago, no
in
problem.
Ireland, in Ireland, like 60 miles is no big deal, but hey, it's a different
Yeah,
volume.
4 hours to complete the north. To essentially scale Ireland is 4 hours to get out of Ireland.
Oh,
so I
wow.
thought I'm gonna go to fucking the next state over, Missouri, same time zone. Sweet, I'll just get a car and drive. It takes like 24 hours to get from like Chicago to Missouri.
And it's just like a different. I mean, you were living in a swamp.
I mean, I was living in literally the woods in trailers.
That's
We're the
crazy.
only English speaking trailer, and there was like
What was that like, bro? When you're like, what
I
was
got
that like
deported,
as an
to be
Irish guy? So how long into your trip until you got deported?
about 2.5 months in. So we did the majority of it. Got a free flight home.
Did they put
Pretty
you?
good.
You know, the reason they call it the paddy wagon is because they used to just arrest a bunch of drunken Irishmen in like New York City. Did they bring a paddy wagon for
No,
you?
they put me on a Greyhound.
So
Straight to
Greyhound
Chicago.
to Chicago to the airport.
Yeah.
And then once you're at the airport, like, does it get serious? Like, how do you go through
Nah,
security?
they were just like, you just may show up for this because everybody's expecting you there.
okay.
Well, you
Yeah,
show up for
up.
what?
The flight.
Okay, so are there authorities that escort
No,
you to
there
the
was-
plane?
They escorted me to the bus, and they were like, "Fuck you, you're out of our state."
And then the bus goes where?
Chicago
Sorry,
airport.
I'm sorry. I might have forgot that detail. You get to Chicago, and then they
I
just drop
walk
you.
in, yeah, just drop me off.
But you
Regular
could, if you wanted to, you could have just turned around and gone back.
could have done a runner, but I didn't because I wanted to go home.
Well, I mean, if you were RDR, you can do a runner and you can be free for like 5 years.
We're
So-
only allowed in here for like 30 days because there's a girl that we know, her mum can't get back in because she stayed in America for like 32 days. So like 2 days extra than she was meant to due to like a delayed flight or whatnot. Can't get back in forever. Permanently banned from America. So I feel like that's one I want. Like, you don't want to fuck with it. I want to come back
I
to
just
LA.
think the paperwork in America is just not strong. So she could probably come back, and they're not going to have any record of her.
It's kind of like America's sort of like heaven to people in the UK. Like everybody wants to go to heaven, and like if they get like Leo, would you lose any sleep if I told you that like you know, dude, you can't go to Sri Lanka?
I'd be like, oh damn, Sri Lanka. Darn, I'm so sad. No, I wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I mean, yeah.
Well, again, another story I don't know if I should be saying, but in Chattanooga, the sheriff's situation. Yeah, just making sure Ben approves of these stories because I don't want to get us in any
nice
more
of
bother.
you.
But in Chattanooga, I got in trouble with the sheriffs, and I was like, if I get caught here, I'm never going to be allowed back into America again. And I ran like Forrest Gump, hid in a cubicle for about an hour, got away from the sheriff.
Hey, if you can
And
run
now
from
I'm
the
still
cops, run from the cops. I mean, my father told me that when I was a young man.
here. Oh, really?
Yeah, he said, hey, if you
Fuck them.
can run from the cops, you run from the cops.
He also told Leo, he gave him a lot of wisdom. Nobody respects a fat person. He said
That's a
that
good one.
That's a very
Nobody
good one.
said if you're gay,
how do you feel about that?
You
Yeah,
probably got
fuck them.
molested.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
He said,
Yeah, if you're gay, you probably got molested. That's another
he
one.
said,
That's
Could be.
he
A lot
said-
of
Is there any
percentage.
science behind that?
and then Leo,
No,
your dad
I never
also
got
said to you-
molested. So
Yeah.
Well, your dad, that was the third thing your dad said
what
to you.
else did he say?
He said, I used a lot of lube, so the pain will stop soon.
So this circles back to the molesting thing.
I never got molested.
But do you think there is? Does your dad have any academic research? Was he a professor in
he's a
gays
smart
being
man. He's
molested?
a smart man. No, he just has that old school knowledge. You know what I mean? Like
wisdom
the
from
Yeah,
within.
the wisdom. How's your relationship with your father?
They kicked me out pretty young.
Really?
Yeah,
because you
like-
were just a wild kid.
Just a scumbag, yeah.
How's it doing? Do you talk to him?
I would talk to him back and forth here and there. It's
Well,
not
if
the
you-
most intimate. Really, he kicked me out at like 15 or 16.
Really?
Like, fuck this kid.
When's the last time you talked to him?
He asked me for a Raymond's jacket recently.
Really?
Him
That's
and my
dope.
mum were like, "Can you kind of save us these?"
That's kind of nice.
And
Is
I
it
said,
that blue one?
Fuck you. Yeah, you can pay the price for them. You know,
Right.
there's a waiting list
What-
of
what is the
36,000
price?
people. I don't know what the price is going to be. It's going what 180 for the new jacket.
What is that? The tough Irish dad is a thing. I know Conor McGregor and his dad used to fist fight. I watched the movie My Left Foot, and that guy, I'll say, he was real hard on Daniel Day.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
what is
really?
it about the uncaring, cold Irish dad?
Just feel like beaten's part of the culture. You
Sure.
know?
Side, yeah.
Yeah.
Whack.
It could be worse. There's probably fewer homeless people in Ireland.
There could. I haven't actually looked at the research there. I feel like you should go over and start researching these things.
Do you see a lot of tents?
Not tents. They just sleep on the floor.
Okay. Well, that's actually better, you know? It's less of an eyesore.
More in nature, you know.
Yeah, totally.
All right,
The tents here are
she's
fucking
coming up. I have to go use the restroom.
Okay.
I'm
Austin,
I'm drinking because I'm drinking heavily.
you take another swig, Austin?
I'm
Nice.
drinking.
So,
I'll take
Austin-
another beer.
So, Austin, I need you to get the rage going.
I'll take another.
Austin, I need you to snap. What's that? What do you mean by the rage? Well, so Conall just asked me, what do I mean by the rage? I mean that Austin has an ongoing beef with this guy who's coming up right now, and I just want him to lay in. Okay? I guess I'm doing a monologue right now. Are we taking a break? What's going on?